Spectacular group of men. You go find them, you throw your arms around them, you give them a big kiss on the mouth.
This is PTR Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. Having to start a half an hour late this evening because work got in the way. That's right. That's what happens when go-lives get aborted from the previous week and you have to do them, a couple days later. You end up with a Monday night go-live that you weren't anticipating.
And I think we lost Colin.
Oh, there he is.
He's back.
Hi, Colin. Oh, now I can't hear you. Colin, are you there? 1 second.
His stuff is broken now. That's the problem with Mac.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll get Colin back. Speaking of Colin, I got unless I think he just froze it again, which is awesome. We're starting off firing on all cylinders tonight. This is just great. Which reminds me, I better turn off some stuff here on my side. Ah, there he is. He's back again. All right. So
still can't hear you.
So I got an interesting comment from one of our listeners regarding Colin. Did you see my post today, Mike?
I did.
So I got a comparison to Colin that I had never heard before. Probably because I'd never heard of this guy before. But Colin, are you back now? Can you hear us?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good. I don't want you to miss this. This is like
I saw the picture.
I don't know where John got this guy, how John came up with this guy. But my buddy John seems to think that you look like Steve McMichael. Now, do any of you guys know who Steve McMichael is?
No idea.
No clue.
Okay, I didn't know either. But Steve McMichael is, and you're going to love this, all right? He played for the New England Patriots, the Chicago Bears, and the Green Bay Packers at one point.
Okay.
Goes by the nickname Mongo.
Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't he a wrestler?
Yes, he was as well. He wrestled in most recently TNA Impact, WCW Monday Night Nitro, WCW Thunder, WWE Raw. He was in a couple episodes.
As soon as you said Mongo, I was like, wait a minute.
But yes.
Now I'm looking at him. I'm like, I remember watching this guy wrestle.
Yes, he was in WCW most of the time, which probably means that our good buddy might know him, right? Well, your good buddy, Mike.
Our good buddy who's being somewhat of a pain in my ass lately.
Okay. Well, but, there's a possibility that he may know him. But, yeah, so the comparison was made that Colin looks most like this guy. And I guess I see it kind of. But it is definitely not without, explanation. Because it was, this who's on your screen now.
Yeah, it's a guy.
Yeah, it's a guy who wears glasses,
Yeah.
and parts his hair kind of down the middle. But,
very similar nose, very similar facial. Yeah, I see it. They can pass those brothers. They could. They could.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was an interesting conversation today. So, and the conversation came up because we were filling a little bit of time in a meeting, and he said, "So you got a show tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah." And boy, do we got a winner for a movie tonight. So, folks, we're doing the movie review tonight. RobotDoc is on the agenda for the last RobotDoc. Sorry, I don't want to make it too formal. RobotDoc is on the agenda for later this evening. But before then, we've got plenty to talk about. We've got, 30. We got a list 37 of the best movies that are on Amazon Prime this month that we will disagree with a lot. We've
probably
Mike's got an old man complaint that he wants to talk about. And then we have to make a decision about Bradley Cooper. Because there's a conspiracy theory going around about Bradley Cooper. But first, before we get to that, now, it was probably 5 years ago that I got slapped with a ridiculous water bill. They wanted $7,000 for my water bill. And I asked them, how? Because electricity and water together, normally on a bad month, $300, like the middle of August, $300. So a $7,000 bill coming to the house really raised a few eyebrows, and honestly had me freaking out, because at the time I did have a faucet with a drip, and so I thought, oh crap, I really should have fixed that faucet. I thought I was in a lot of trouble. But, talking to the utility company is a problem sometimes. It's depending upon your utility company. And so I had to argue with them because they said, oh, well, it was an actual read, so it must be true. You must have a leak somewhere. And so I said, I had a leak that filled up 90 Olympic swimming pools is what you say. That's what you're saying. I basically created a second Lake Springfield. That's what you're saying? Somewhere, I'm like, the rest of the houses in my subdivision have not floated away yet. So why don't you come out here and check again? And boy, when they checked, it turns out that somebody just fat fingered it and entered an extra 0 in the reading was the problem. So, I feel for this guy, this Atlanta contractor who was slapped with a $30,000 water bill for an empty lot that doesn't even have a water line.
Was it from God?
I don't know. But yes, Jeff Raw, president and CEO of Revive Construction Group, was yet to even kick off construction of his single-family home in Atlanta's East Lake neighborhood when he received a string of eye-watering bills from the Atlanta Watershed Management Group. Ross sought a bill adjustment, but he was denied. He then went to the utility company's appeals board, but they also doused any hopes that he had of getting the bill overturned. They say he used 1 million gallons of water.
I don't understand how. So they installed a water meter at the lot. But the plot was just dirt. They hadn't even started building anything on the plot, but there's a water meter there. I don't quite understand how that works, but okay.
Okay.
Because water meters usually, I don't know, get tied into plumbing.
Yeah. But I mean, let's just say that they installed the water meter. Okay. But they're responsible for everything running up to the water meter, right? So he obviously hadn't hooked.
Yeah.
They installed the water meter.
Yes, but here's the thing. And
I don't install my own water meter.
No, I'm speaking from experience at my house. all right, in my neighborhood, because this happened to somebody in our neighborhood or in our town. Apparently, I'm going to call it the junction box, where your water main line connects to the actual water main.
Right.
That box is your responsibility.
Right. Right.
As is the what. So the water meter is on your property, yes. But what happened here was that junction box had a leak in it at somebody's.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and this is, I guess, this is after the meter somehow,
right? Because you can't measure it unless it's
right
after the meter.
Well, so the leak at the box, the homeowner was charged with the usage from that leak, which is leaking into the ground. So they never saw the leak.
Right. But
which is why now I pay $7 a month for water line insurance that covers all the way out to that.
Right. But it had to have done it after the meter for the meter to meter the usage, right?
Yes.
So
now,
in this case,
I can understand. So I can also understand, like as I'm reading through here, you probably get charged to have that branch off of the water main and the meter installed initially. You probably get charged for that.
Yeah.
But what I think may have happened is they had a shutoff valve after that meter. And aliens were coming and stealing water.
Okay.
So there was no sign of any leak. There was no flooding, but the water was being sucked up into their alien craft.
To the mothership.
Yes. I believe that's probably what happened. If you recall, that was part of one of these alien theories, that they came here because they wanted our water.
Water. Because the Earth is 85% water.
Battle Los Angeles, maybe?
The Shyamalan?
No, Signs, the aliens were afraid of water. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Water is what killed them.
No,
oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
Let's see here.
I knew it had something to do with water.
I think it was Battle Los Angeles where they were siphoning off the oceans. Or Battleship, maybe.
Yeah. Battle LA, I think, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. With Aaron Eckhart?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the great Aaron Eckhart. Yep. But anyway, yeah. So the bills poured in for 5 months, reaching a total of $29,669.43 for the use of more than 1 million gallons of water. Now, at one point, the utility company conceded that there was a water leak, and it corrected Revive Construction's outstanding balance to a far more reasonable $219.29. That is a far different number than almost $30,000. But it quickly reversed that decision, deeming it a mistake, and reinstated the construction company's $30,000 bill.
And that 1 million gallons is over 5 months, right? At some point, when you get that first bill, you call them up and you say, go shut this off.
Well,
shut it off at the main.
It like they
even
said,
after the second month, the second month, the water company's got to be looking at it and say, this is an empty lot. And they're using this much water. We should just shut them off.
Well, I mean, the electric companies don't let just electricity use run rampant. Completely unchecked. They go, oh, it must be a grow house where they tapped into the line. We know where it's all going. This must be a hydroponic pot growing place. I mean, or I don't know.
Falafel.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
maybe they're running a water racket. Maybe they're selling it to Las Vegas. I don't know. But, something. But yeah,
They're
it's
refilling Costco bottles and selling it
as
straight from the tap.
as smart water. They're selling it as smart water. Well, if that's the case, he should have $30,000. Easy. All he has to do is sell like a case of water. Case of smart water, $30,000.
There you go.
All right, but so I brought this up. So there's an article about Bradley Cooper. All right. Now this article points out that Bradley Cooper has a habit of picking up injured A-list actresses and taking them to the hospital. He's done it at least twice. And
That's a habit right there.
And people say, oh, he's just in the right place at the right time to help out people. But I say, maybe, just maybe, he breaking legs.
No, I think you're out of control to think that Bradley Cooper, who is an American treasure, is breaking legs.
Oh,
the fact of the matter is,
an American treasure, huh? He played it.
What was Limitless? Was that the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Where Limitless was a true story based on the life of Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, you see what a loser he was at the beginning of that movie, and how evil he was
doing movies
at the end.
like. Hold on,
he was pure.
He
evil
went
at
from
the
doing
end.
movies like, he was doing movies like The A-Team, which I thought was a great movie, but apparently people hate it. I had this debate at work last week. All because somebody dared ask me what B.A. Baracus' first name was. So that's easy. Bosco.
Yeah.
How the hell did you know that? Because Bradley Cooper shouted it in the movie.
Well, and you should
well,
just
Bradley
know that.
Cooper. Why did you listen to me? Anyway, he went from making movies like that to, I don't know, The Hangover, Hangover 2, Hangover 3. And then he did something recently where he played a conductor. Some guy, and
taking jobs
I heard
away
he
from
was
real
good.
conductors.
Well, yeah. I heard he's up for playing. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tie this into the YouTube clip that I posted. No, he is not. So what's okay? Let's just see. What were the injuries? Who got injured?
Well, let's see here. Carey Mulligan.
Okay, which was his co-star in
the Maestro.
Right.
And then he also, let's see here.
Brooke Shields.
Brooke Shields, yes.
Who happens to be his neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so famous people live near famous people. Okay, it's just
serial
it's
killers
the way the
live
world
next
works.
to the people they murder. I think he's just ratcheting it up. I think he's just ratcheting it up.
Yeah. No, someone who kills two people is not a serial killer. I think you have to have more of it.
How many does it take, Colin? Tell me. How many people does it take to be a serial killer?
It's more than two.
Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 10, Colin? How many have you killed, sir? Are you on the cusp? Are you just
wait a second?
Are you just one punch in your card away?
Just to be clear, because none.
Okay. I got a bone to pick with the women of the Blair clan.
Okay.
We got this guy.
They made their their annual trek to.
This always works out well for you. This
I
has
don't
never
care.
gone. This has never
'Cause
gone
Mama
wrong for Mike the Ape Man.
Mama Blair is included in this one too. All of them. They made their trek to Dollywood, right? Dollywood's
Yeah.
in Pigeon Forge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Not one photograph or mention of perhaps what I have found is the greatest entertainment venue in all the land, right there in Pigeon Forge. And I'm speaking, of course, about the Microtarium, where the home of the Micro Wrestling Federation, 100% midget wrestling. Right there in Pigeon Forge. Everyone from the referee to the ring announcer to the wrestlers are all little people. And there wasn't a single mention of attending one of those shows. There wasn't a single mention of going to see one of the shows. I'm extremely disappointed. Mama Blair said they were closed that day. So you knew it existed. And I got to find out about it when they finally get a TV deal. This is the greatest show I've ever seen in my entire life, watching this reality show about a micro wrestling federation.
Well, wait a second. Wasn't there already a Micro Wrestling Federation?
No.
Yeah, they were the little pink people. I used to collect them when I was a little kid.
You fool. Those were toys. I'm talking about actual. One of them has brittle bone disease. And Kim says he looks like. Y'all remember Paperboy, who was
Yes.
Dave's friend from NHB, the one who was on Room Raiders? The ring announcer, Ivar the Micro. He
Yes.
looks like a micro version of Paperboy with brittle bone disease.
Okay.
And I can't stop watching. It's like a train wreck. I can't stop watching this show. I absolutely, I never wanted to go to Dollywood, but you know what? I would go now if I had the promise of going to meet these midget wrestlers.
I'd go to Dollywood anyway. My daughter's been there several times. She says it's great.
So there's now a mission.
All right, so we're doing staff.
I
picnic
want to
in
be invited
Dollywood.
to the next trip. The next trek to Dollywood. I want to be invited. Because we're all going to go.
Yeah.
This is going to be how I make amends with the women of the Blair clan. We are all going to go. My treat to see micro wrestling.
All right. That'd be great. Okay.
Shaggy, you're coming along because you're going to videotape.
Yeah. Of course.
And you're going to be a witness to make sure I don't get killed and left.
I wouldn't miss it for the world, Mike. Oh, but first, we must sample moonshine.
Yes.
All
I
right.
agree with that.
It does. My wife and I were just saying the other day we need to make our way down to Pigeon Forge again. And she even said she would try moonshine this time. And I said, okay, then. That'll be one moonshine sample, and you'll be done. So, because she does not like alcohol with a bite to it. And so that'll...
Good moonshine doesn't have a bite. Trust me.
Yeah, well...
And that's why it's so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
He said moonshine, not bathtub.
Yeah. So, let's see here. The other thing we've got going on is, Mike, I think you and I both referenced this article. You have PTR radio on the back. Well, you had PTR radio on the back of your vehicle, Mike. Or you had Mike the Ape Man.
At
maybe
one time, probably.
Yeah. I think it was
think so.
on the back of of one of them. Because you had said that I believe a waitress at a restaurant had even noticed it and said, "Are you Mike the Ape Man?"
Yes.
And so, so advertising on the back of your vehicle can be worthwhile. It's a great way to advertise your business. I mean, it
Yes.
definitely can attract attention. And it certainly attracted the attention of a Florida mom when she was in the pickup line at the private Christian school that her children went to. And Mike, you said this even showed up on your Facebook feed for you. Now, this Florida mom, I can't even say an unconventional business anymore, because I would say it is becoming very conventional now. Everybody I see on the internet, every time I turn around, oh, they have this business. And no, I'm not talking about a crocheting business. They have an OnlyFans. You turn around. Next thing you know, you'll be at Thanksgiving and you'll turn to grandma and say what you've been up to, and she'll say, I have an OnlyFans. It's called kinkygrandmas.com. But
listen, there is an entire subreddit of guys who are into that.
Yeah. Oh, there's entire subreddits for OnlyFans creators about how to either collab with each other, or how to get more traffic, or how to do this or that or whatever. But this mom thought that the best way to advertise would be to put her OnlyFans information on the back of her car. Which
can you pull up the picture?
Yes,
because
absolutely, sir.
This is that's a little obnoxious there. Right?
Well, it is. It is. I mean, there's no guessing, what she does.
Well, so here's the thing. If it was only just like text, onlyfans.com/PiperFawn, it might not be as crazy.
No, but it wouldn't be as recognizable.
Well, this is true. However, the part of the problem here, well, I haven't hated myself today. Let's go, before I put my foot in my mouth, let's go look and see, is this, because there are OnlyFans channels that are not terrible.
Are you going to see if she's a foot person? Or are you going to see if she's got free subscription options? I was gonna say that there are quite a few. I'm a down-home Southern girl that likes to have a little fun on camera. Yeah, well, okay. Never mind then. And not for nothing, just the little preview pic that's up top, she ain't all that attractive. So this has got to be some kind of fetish thing happening here. And yes, there are quite a lot of feet things going on OnlyFans. That's like a big joke. Like, I got to start selling feet pics on OnlyFans just to see. She is not cheap either. Going
$13.99 a month, right?
$14 a month is not on the cheap side of OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. She definitely thinks that she is worth it. Let's put it that way. Because there are like a lot cheaper channels that you could subscribe to that probably have a lot better content. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yes.
So
yeah, I would tend to agree.
I mean, let's look at what in the hell is her name? Bad Body. There it is. Okay. So she is one of the #1 contributors. So that Bad Baby.
Oh, don't tell me you're looking up the
I'm
Bad
just
Baby.
See how much she charges. Okay, because she grew. And only because I heard this the other day, she pulled in $40 million last year through OnlyFans. She charges
That's disgusting, is what it is.
$24 a month.
I think we lost Colin again.
So either that or he's just really indignant about this topic. Has no change in expression whatsoever. But yeah. So but she has, I forgot that it shows you so Bad Body Baby has 1.74 million subscribers. Let's see how much it doesn't even tell me the subscribers. It only says how many likes. 15.4 thousand likes.
And how many of them are because of this the publicity from this?
No idea, but it's like nowhere near. So it's just pretty interesting. Well, I'll leave it at that. So, yeah, it's one of those things that, is, I wouldn't subscribe to her page. Let's put it that way. Of course, I'm not subscribed to anybody at all. But, but then again, I mean, if it wasn't because it was a Christian prep school, let's just say that this was a regular district school, okay? Because in the Christian prep school, she has been banned from the pickup line, okay, because of the decal on her car. If this was a district school, Mike, do you think she would be banned from the pickup line?
I'd say depends on the neighborhood. Ritzy neighborhood, like upper class, like gated community type
Bel Air
neighborhood,
public
probably
school. But
I
mean, it's just. I mean, I can definitely see, like I said, private school. Yep, they would ban her just simply because. But when you've got public school where somebody's got a bumper sticker that says, my kid kicked your kid's ass, or something far worse, it would be. I don't know that OnlyFans would be the worst thing I would worry about.
Well, I agree. It also depends on the school, right?
Yeah.
Grade school kids may or may not know what OnlyFans is.
I would bet third grade and up probably knows.
Probably. High school, they know.
Yeah.
But I got to believe it's grade school or middle school. Middle school, they probably know.
Yeah. I mean, but you get those, you get the other ones, the stick people that are humping on the back windshield and it says making my family, or, even the political stickers now are a bit crass. So, I'm not going to say that OnlyFans is more offensive than that, because it's certainly not. So,
what is going to generate a more heated discussion? OnlyFans or political bumper sticker?
100%.
Yeah,
OnlyFans is the one thing which is truly cross aisle. That's something Democrats and Republicans can agree on. Is that, well, some Republicans, not all Republicans, but some, I think. Republicans not open to the public. In private, they'll say that porn is cool.
Well, well. Did Epstein's list come out yet? I'm just asking.
I don't know.
No.
By the way, the Beekeeper, for those of you that are not ethical, the Beekeeper I saw was available, in different parts of the internet. And, I have not seen it yet. I am looking forward to it, although it appears to be a bit too realistic for me. It's not the Jason Statham part, but the ripping off old people part.
Okay.
The spamming part.
Welcome back, Colin.
Hey, Colin.
Hello.
All right. But before we get into that movie, let's talk about this list from Amazon, because we love a good list. There's nothing we do better than lists of movies. So here's some movies, and I bet we probably haven't seen some of these, that they say are the best movies on Amazon Prime in February. And since we just started, there's plenty of time to watch these. Zola. It's a 2021 comedy.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. Good Will Hunting. Great movie. I wouldn't say necessarily it's a repeat watch, but it, maybe a couple times. Baby Driver. Good movie.
Good movie.
Mission Impossible 1 through 4. Good flick. It's a great way to
Technically,
ruin a day.
What Mission Impossible number are we up to? What is Dead Reckoning? Is that technically like 7?
Something like that, I think.
Many.
Yes.
It's like try how James Bond movies are been.
No.
Step Brothers.
Phenomenal movie.
If you want a stupid comedy, it is definitely there.
And it's these two together are comedy gold.
Asteroid City. It's a
This is pretty new, I think.
Yeah. Mr. and Mrs.
It's
Smith.
not a movie, it's a miniseries.
Yeah.
Oh, it's another one too.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith is a movie that is out, and the Asteroid City is a movie as well before it became a TV series.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But Mr. and Mrs. Smith with, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, yes. Good movie.
There's also now
The movie inspired the TV series.
Yes.
yes.
And Colin reading ahead.
Next one.
The James Bond franchise.
Yeah. So if you really want to get,
So
caught up,
This
there you go.
list is a liar because by saying the 37 movies, there are at least 37 James Bond movies in and of themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next up, The Firm. If you want John Grisham.
It was okay.
Next one, I seriously doubt we have watched. Bones and All.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Next one, Gladiator.
Yes. Great movie. I don't understand. Supposedly there's a sequel coming. I don't understand.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon. 2010 film. Next one,
Okay.
The Truman Show.
I hate the Truman Show.
Classic. Still classic.
I hate it because it makes me paranoid about what's going on in this world. It makes me question reality completely.
Mm-hmm. Next one, fairly new movie, Air, with Matt Damon.
Oh yes.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it. I haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet.
I kind of do. It's in the same realm of a kind of documentary. Next one, Jackass Forever. You only need to see that movie once. You don't need to see it again.
You just need to watch the trailer to see the entire thing.
Next one,
I
A Simple Favor by Lionsgate. Nope.
I don't know if I know this one.
Next one, Almost Famous. That's a coming of age story. Next one, I did not watch. I Want You Back. It's a rom-com.
No.
Starring Charlie Day and Jenny Slate. Next one, I know we've watched, Face Off.
Supposedly they're making another one of these too,
Yeah.
or a sequel to.
Which Face Off is it?
It's
Travolta.
the Face Off. Travolta and Cage.
Okay.
The Outfit. Spy thriller. Next one, Licorice Pizza. Takes place in
That
1973.
was definitely not for us.
Nope.
That's not us movie.
I don't know why they didn't just put this one in with the other ones. No Time to Die. Daniel Craig's final James Bond movie. Here's one, The Lost City of Z. Now, I have not watched this one, but I thought that it was a zombie movie.
So did I.
Because it came out about the same
so did
time
I.
as that other Z Nation movie, but evidently it's not. So, I may have to watch that. Lucy and Desi. Which everybody knows what that's about. The Courier, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. Brittany Runs a Marathon, 2019 comedy. Suspiria,
No.
The Report, starring the new Darth Vader. Late Night.
He's not Darth Vader.
Well, whatever
Stop
he
that.
is. Kylo Ren, is that who he is?
Yes.
Late Night. It's a Wonderful Life. That should not be on any list of the best 37 movies.
Unless it's the Christmas list.
Cold War, which is a period drama. The Big Sick. The Handmaiden. No. Manchester by the Sea. No. One Night in Miami. No.
Well, I haven't seen it, but I'm not going to take away from it.
No. The Vast of Night. The Sound of Metal. Love and Friendship. Boy, they really started off strong and then, whimpered to an end with those movies.
Sound of Metal actually does sound like the concept is interesting.
Yeah.
Metal drummer named Ruben begins to lose his hearing. He leaves his bandmate to go to a facility for deaf recovering addicts where he begins to learn. So that, that one might catch me on a day where I'll be like, okay.
We watched the most recent season of Queer Eye the other night. When I mean the season, we watched the season, all 8 episodes, over the span of like 2 nights. And one of the episodes was the guys were making over the athletic director for a school for the deaf. Okay? Now, nothing wrong with that, but he was also the head football coach. And the football team was having their first game in forever, basically. And one of the things I noticed was, now this is a dedicated school for the deaf. Okay. One of the things, and I was just making a joke, so don't take this literally. It was all in fun. I noticed when the players were coming out onto the field, I'm like, why does the deaf school have a band? Who's that for?
Well, 2 things. It's for the audience.
I know.
But also, if anybody who's watched Mr. Holland's Opus knows, they can feel the music.
They can feel. I know. That's what my daughter said too. And I'm like, I get it. It was a stupid joke. It doesn't need explanations. It was just a dumb joke. All right. But,
But any chance I have to reference Mr. Holland's Opus is worth it. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Yes, but before Mr. Holland's Opus, didn't they show that in Children of a Lesser God?
Possibly. I don't know. All right. We got a few minutes. Do we need to talk about any other things on the list?
It was an Academy Award-winning movie.
All right. We have a few minutes before we get into our movie review. I have a game for us. Go ahead.
Well, before we get into that, I do have to tell you something, Shaggy. You'll be happy to know that despite my initial holdout, I am now hooked on the revival of Night Court.
Oh, okay. I have not finished it yet, but what I watched was pretty good.
I made it up to the episode where John Larroquette dons Klingon makeup.
I haven't seen
which I was surprised to know he's done that in the past. I did not know he played a Klingon in one of the Star Trek movies.
Yeah, I did know that. By the way, before we get to this little game, which we'll play real quick, but so I did do the Crime Stoppers trivia night. Okay.
Yes. How did that go?
It went very well. We had over 1,400 people there and raised a lot of money. And in fact, they had a 50-50 drawing, and I believe over $2,700 went to the winner. That's what went to the winner of the 50-50. It was not me. But I was hoping, but I didn't win.
The question is, did they pull the virtue signaling where we're just going to give it back?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
They didn't give anything back. See, my thing is I will give half back. I would give half back.
Yes.
You know,
My,
when the pocket's that high, you're not getting everything back. No,
Well,
I'm going to give half back.
I would until somebody from the charity decides to try and covertly start a give it back chant.
Yeah, no. But what was great was my wife was a judge on the panel. Okay, now you have to remember that all these people on the panel are, fairly significant members of the community. So, like, we had a chief information officer of an agency. We had the mayor of the town. We had a couple of different, fairly large business owners. We had this and that and the other. And then you have, and Shaggy's wife. But they didn't introduce her as Shaggy's wife. They introduced her as Angie, digital officer for PTR Radio. And she didn't know it until it was said in front of everybody. And
How did
then
that go over?
She looked back at me and goes, I hate you. It was great. So we're going to play a little game real quick called Dirty Minds, the game of naughty clues. So I have a card. Have you played this before, Mike? So this is great.
No.
So I am going to read you clues. There's like 4 or 5 clues. And you are going to have to tell me what I am describing. And either one of you can buzz in and tell me what it is I'm describing. And I think you'll get the gist as we go along. And people out there on the internet, you guys can chime in too. This is called the world's cleanest dirty game. Okay? So Mike, both of you, here we go. First one. I can handle 12 men at once. If I'm hung, you can do it again.
A jury.
Yes.
I may need this game.
I'm a 4-letter word. I start with an F and end with a K. I can stick hot meat in your mouth.
Pork.
Yes. One for Colin. Men ride on me between the sheets. I'm long and loaded with semen. You use
Sailboat.
Boat is correct. You use me with water sports. Okay. I can use your palm to get the job done. I need to examine my ball before I can have intercourse with you. If my ball is empty, I can't do the job for you. When I feel your head, I'll know what's going to happen. Pay me and I'll tell you when you're going to get lucky.
Fortune teller?
Yes.
Oh, I so need this game. This is going to be a new character. This is going to be fun at my next trivia night.
When When I get real wet, you should get me off. You can use your toes to get me off. I come in a box before you stick it in me. I come in pairs. Shoe. Yes. Here we go. I'm 8 inches long and made out of latex. You can wear me for protection. You have to be careful not to stick your finger in the wrong hole. You stick your fingers in to try to get it on. You might have to use lube to get inside me. Yeah, rubber glove.
Okay.
When I'm done, you'll need to wipe off your holes. I can come many times in a row. You usually close your eyes when I spasm. My residue can drip all over your face. I can shoot all over...
Shampoo.
Nope. I can shoot all over the people around you. Sneeze.
A sprinkler?
Sneeze.
Oh, sneeze.
So there you go. I thought that was fun. I'm gonna have to. I had not opened this game yet, so this was Dirty Minds is what it is.
Dirty Minds. I got okay.
Yep. So, all right, folks, it is that time. We are gonna get into our movie review, and this evening, the movie comes to us from Amazon Prime. And it is, what'd you say it was? RobotDoc?
RobotDoc.
RobotDoc. Sorry. Yeah, RobotDoc. So who put this on? Was it me?
Yeah,
We think so.
Okay. We think it was me. All right.
Oh, and based off of the viewing, it was you.
I was actually gonna complain if it wasn't me, because it was, it was just, oh God, it was fun. It was so much fun. So let's get into it. So, National Lampoon's presents RobotDoc, starring David Faustino, Corin Nabick, Alan Thicke, David DeLuise. That's all you really need to know. All right, those are the big characters in this movie. And for those of you who don't know who Corin Nabick is, or I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but you can think of him as the Daniel replacement in Stargate SG-1 when there was contract negotiations going on. All right, that's where you'll know him from.
He was Parker Lewis in Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Yes, that too, if you watch that show. But more often than not, if you're watching this, you know him from Stargate. So it's a film about a perfect android doctor. And they use him because there is a malpractice lawyer who epitomizes the worst of all malpractice lawyers. The opening scene of this movie starts with a billboard which could never exist in real life, but is so perfect. It, should, really. It's got a picture of a woman in a bikini, and then it changes and she's naked, which causes instant pile-up crashes, and then out comes the lawyer, and in the middle of some guy asking for help, goes, "No, what you need is a lawyer." And this guy couldn't be any more shystery. Every time you see him, he has stacks of money with him, and he is just the epitome of what a ambulance chaser is. Which, by the way, Mike had to appreciate the ambulance driver in this film, being done up like a NASCAR driver with, promotional patches on his outfit. I would say that if you're looking for the perfect trifecta medical viewing experience, Disorderlies, RobotDoc, and Paramedics. You can put those three together and you have a triple feature film that, could only be made better if you then threw in a bonus of
Stuck on a gas pipe.
Mother Jugs and Speed.
No.
All right. That's, man, that should just be put out as a box set. Really. To make it that the medical quadfecta. This movie was made, I will say, 25 years too late is the only thing. Is this movie really deserved to be in the mid-'80s? Because it pulled out all of the perfect mid-'80s things. Every time you turned around, there was a scantily clad woman. All of the corny, wiener jokes or tropes that were perfect in the Porky's and the Revenge of the Nerds and all those things came through in this movie. So this, to me, this epitomized fratcom, but in a hospital. Now, the only thing I will have to say is I don't know why Alan Thicke took this part. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate him being in this film, and I'm sure he was compensated well. But I don't know why he did it, because he is not known for his over-the-top comedy chops. I don't remember another film where someone gets practically nude that he's in it. Maybe they didn't tell him those parts. I don't know. But anyway, I like this film. I give this film a smile. Mike and Colin, your glowing reviews are appreciated next.
One of the number one rules of creating a parody movie or a satire movie is you don't parody a parody movie. It's hats on hats. It doesn't make any sense. RoboCop itself is a satire. You can't make a satire of a satire. You definitely can't make it a 12 billion hour long movie with a guy doing a terrible Brent Spiner impression with no plot. It's like watching a bad Saturday Night Live skit that just keeps going and going and going, and you're like, stop, go to the next skit. This one is bombing. Stop it. It's puke. Take it, Mike.
Colin, you're being kind. I about had the heart attack when I read the name Asif Khan in the opening credits. Not the guy I thought it was, thankfully. The guy I thought it was initially is named Tua Pri. But that name of Asif Khan is apparently like John Smith. Anyway, boobies on a billboard. Dangerous, but genius. Let's go over the cases on the doctor's assignment board, shall we? Because I took a second, I caught it, I had to go back and read it. B. Dick has been assigned to E. Cox for an enlarged penis. I'm not going to read the rest of them. That's all you need to read.
Did you see
internal? No.
Go ahead.
I was the first recipient of the internal combustion artificial heart. What in the actual are you? What? Now, I'm watching this on Freevee.
Much funnier having Mike read it.
I liked it.
I'm watching this on Freevee. I'm 25 minutes into this movie, and I haven't seen a single ad yet. What does that tell you about this movie when no ads appear on an ad-driven service? Seriously, why do we have a scene during the nurse's exam? Oh, right. This is a National Lampoon movie during the I need all the boobies phase. A breast parader. We had to put your girlfriend on a breast parader.
That was so great.
Donor breasts. Donor breasts.
That was so funny.
Literally, we need all the boobies. Here she comes with a cooler of donor boobies. Let me tell you something, gentlemen. Okay, real quick. If any woman ever gets that excited about wanting to have a baby with you on the first date, run. Run far, run fast. And what the hell is going on with X-ray images during this? And of course, dollar store data gets a virus. Couldn't see that coming. I'm sorry, but all of the children have gone blind. No, shut up. So, Colin, here's the hats upon hats epitome of it. They stole a line from Airplane. But that's not important right now. It's surely you must be kidding. No. 2 hours on Freevee. Not a single commercial. Nobody would pay. Nobody would pay to advertise during this movie. Do not watch this movie. Do not watch any movie with David Faustino from National Lampoon. Kill this motherfucker with fire. Don't ever show it again. Period. I can't believe you gave this a smile.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you gave this a smile. Dude, you can see better boobies on other websites without having to sit through 2 hours of crap. Starring Alan Thicke.
I have a very sophomoric sense of humor, and I thought that it was funny.
Sophomoric?
Yes.
Kindergarten.
I am a child. I am a child. So I thought it was funny.
Dude.
So here's the one. Okay. Here's the one thing, Mike, which you would not understand. That saves it for me for being killed with fire, which was that entire opening segment with the guy who was in the accident and then gets knocked around a lot, especially from the back, even from the front, looked exactly like a previous mutual customer of Shaggy and myself.
Yeah.
And so that at least gave me a little bit of, hey, he looks just like that guy.
So hold on, let me get this straight. So if you sort of recognize somebody, or somebody looks sort of like your best friend's sister's brother's boyfriend's uncle's cousin, who was with a guy who was hanging out with a chick at 31 Flavors last night, that saves it from getting it.
Wow. That saves it from being an F- to just an F.
Well, I am going to tell you guys what. I am going to make sure that this movie is preserved for all time. And if I can help it, I am going to try, because there is a documentary, a 30-minute documentary of the behind-the-scenes making of RobotDoc. And I'm going to make it my mission to try and find that.
I also want to point out that your...
Yes.
I want to point out that your quadfecta of movies, that is actually prescribed in some states as a method of assisted suicide. So, all right, it's time to pick another movie. See if we can find another winner. We're at 27 is the, and I'm hoping. Go ahead. Let's see what we get. 12. I don't know if we can do this one, to be honest with you. Okay. Well, then if it's questionable, I guess we can. Well, no, we can, but I feel like it's out of place. It's on Amazon Prime. Sparks fly when postman Matt meets his mysterious new coworker Christy, an official Santa writer.
Oh no!
But when they're petty, it's Christmas mail is the.
Christmas.
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
17.
We're not doing Christmas
Oh,
movies.
I feel like 17 is on Netflix. It is a movie called Queen Bees. Let me see.
Oh, it is Jane Curtin, Anne Margaret, James Caan, Ellen Burstyn.
Okay, and it's about a comedy about the young at heart, and I guess it's moving into a
like a senior living.
temporarily forced to stay in a retirement community. A headstrong woman navigates mean cliques, high stakes bridge games, and new relationships.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like it couldn't be any more different than RobotDoc. So
Yeah, it's a complete 180 there. So.
yeah, no, I believe. See, every time I looked for RobotDoc, there was a separate thing, which was a Robo documentary about the making of RoboCop, not a documentary about the making of RobotDoc.
No, there actually is a documentary on the making of RobotDoc.
No. Just no. All right.
Unless
gonna
it's
take
a
point on this
30-minute long. Yeah, I'll take it. I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
All right.
I was actually, Colin, I was actually going to give you carte blanche on the list if, considering Shaggy has kind of filled in a lot of these. I was going to give you carte blanche. Just pick one from the list and let us know. And
No, it sounds like this is good. I can take.
All right. Cool. All right then, folks. I think that's going to do it for this evening. Want to thank everybody for tuning in and checking out the show. Don't forget, you can always check out ptrradio.com for all the information about the show, as well as check us out on all your favorite social media channels at PTR Radio on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all the other fun stuff. We're also on Threads. One of these days we're going to start posting more, but life has got to get out of the way first.
Is that even a thing still?
What, life? Life is still a thing. It finds
Threads?
a way.
Threads.
Threads is still a thing, yeah. It's a thing. More so than Twitter, that's for sure. So anyway, we'll be back in 2 weeks. That's going to put us back here on the 19th. It's a holiday. So, yep. We'll be back.
It is.
We'll be back on the 19th if we can help it. So until then, everybody, take it easy, have some fun, enjoy yourself, but more importantly, be safe and, drink responsibly. So with that said, I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I'm Mike the 8 Man.
Sick of forking us, folks. We are done. Later.